Hello everybody and welcome back to Operation Logistics, where I just think I figured out the two core issues that were causing the pathfinding system to break down. For one, our routes were not including the origination point as part of the route, which was a problem. And for a second thing, the collider was not tagged as a world hex, or the collision, or the overlap sphere grab. So I think, theoretically, as we buy this field, hopefully this will be to some degree working now. So we create our origination point, we select our origination point, which has no feedback right now. We will need to put feedback on that. But for right now, there is no feedback. We create a waypoint here. Path succeeded with 5 steps. Which 1, 2, 3... Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, including this one, because we include the start point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, theoretically. That's the right distance. That succeeded with 5 steps. Yep. So the question then is... Okay, these new game objects were not correctly placed. Hang on. These new game objects, what spawned them? I think it was in waypoint.update line. But it should have... I don't know where these came from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna guess that's where they came from. Okay, so we do see these line segment colliders are kind of interestingly laid out here, in that they're in exactly the wrong place. But we can deal with that in a moment. I'm wondering what's going on with the line renderer. Because this line renderer, right here, the first one, should be connected to the next one. Or the other way around. The other way around would work as well. lr.setPositions line.toArray. So that should have set the line renderer positions, but there were 0 line renderer positions. Do we need to set the number of positions? We can set positions here just by passing an array of vector 3s. It should be set to use world space. Is it? It is not. That's probably the problem, right there. Okay. Or at least a problem. Let's see if that works. Obviously, our box collider positions are incorrect. No, I wanted to delete this. Obviously, our box collider positions are incorrect. I'm not entirely sure why that's the case. But we'll look at that here in a bit. So we can go ahead and skip this tutorial. Wow, that's a lot of urban areas. Okay. Well, we'll pop down over here. Land management by land. We'll take this factory. We'll demolish this factory. We'll create a route. Select our route. Create a waypoint. Path succeeded with 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be correct-ish. Ish. And then, let's see here. We should have the line renderer. Where is the line renderer on that waypoint? Once again, these new game objects is creating twice as many game objects as it needs to. Because of the... Because of the retread path, I think. Okay, well, we'll look at that later on. So, one thing I'm wondering here is... How many positions do we have here? And the answer is 0. Why do we have 0 positions in our line renderer? In both of our line renderers. One of them should have 4 positions. Right? 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. I mean, these colliders aren't very helpful right now, and these new game objects are very unhelpful right now. But none of that should be amazingly relevant currently, because the line renderer.setPositions should be in. So the thing that I'm wondering is maybe it has to do to some degree with the retread path. The first thing I'm going to do as we attempt to troubleshoot this is turn off the retread path. That's step 1. And then we'll see how this looks. Come on, there you go. Okay, so with the retread path off, that should give us a little bit of information. Not a huge amount, but some information on what exactly is going on here. So we should be able to just see our partial paths then. I mean, theoretically, the retread path... I see. Yeah. Well, we'll see if that fixes some of the issues. Okay, let's come on down over here. And we will go ahead and create a route. Actually, we won't, because we need to buy land. We'll buy that apartment complex, and we'll demolish that land, and we will create a route there. And we will grab that route, create a waypoint to, say, here. Argument out of range exception. Text manager, line 124. Get building by index, int3 indices, return get hex stored by index. That shouldn't... Unless... It's trying to grab one of these hexes. I think that might be the case. Let's go into remove route. Apparently we can't do that. We can do it if we click on the hex, but not if we click on the actual route. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and create a new route and create a waypoint a little bit more internal here. No, we want to be an edit route. Create a more internal waypoint. So like there. Oh yeah, we need to have a route selected. Okay. Then we grab that. Pass succeeded with 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Ish. Or it might have been 1, 2. Or 1, 2, 3. Which would be a little awkward because that's not the way the road actually goes. Eventually, we're going to have to change the way the pathfinding works to take into account the directionality of the roads, which is going to be exciting. But for right now, this'll do. The main question is still, why is the visualization of the route not working? Well, we can see that there's still the 2 new game objects that were spawned, which I suspect suspect would have been spawned by the origination point. Maybe. Because we instantiate the waypoint prefab. But then down here in the waypoint, we instantiate a new game object. We do set the GameObject.name, and we do see that that's correctly being set here. Line segment 0 collider, line segment 1 collider. I don't know where these new game objects are coming from. They're at position 0, 0, 0. I have to assume they're being spawned by the waypoint in some way. The real question I have, though, is why is this not working? Time to Google. Line renderer. Set positions. Not working. Easy enough. Let's see here. So, consider using set positions. Yeah, that's exactly what we are using. Note that position count must be called before set positions. Also, set positions ignores points with indices beyond position count. So lr.positionCount we set to be equal to line.count. Like that. And that's it? I think that's it. Okay, let's try that. We're going to track down some of these other issues that we're having, like going off map. I knew that would be an issue. And we're going to need to track down where those extra game objects are coming from. We don't want that to be happening, that's for sure. Like, is that potentially happening in route? We're not calling add waypoint, but we do call update path. But that shouldn't be called on the origination point. Interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and come on in here. Land management, buy land. We are going to go ahead and purchase this factory because I want to be centrally located. We know there's issues with waypoints on the edges. So we will then go ahead and create ourselves a route here and a waypoint to here once we select the route. Hello! Okay. That's progress, I guess. What's going on here? Where's that origination point? Here it is. Okay, what's going on with this? Well, that's kind of exciting. I love it. I love it. Okay. So, this waypoint here, the Y positions are kind of excitingly high. The width is excitingly high. The width should probably be this 0.01. Let's find that out. 0.01. Now that works a whole lot better. That's exactly what the problem was. So let's make sure that we change that in our prefab, 0.01. Okay, and then we can see that it is working, but we do want to add to each of these positions about 0.5. And I think we can do that in the update path. Or maybe when we spawn the actual waypoints. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. So let's go ahead and when we spawn the actual waypoints, we'll do the origination point first. So in the create route mode, The position, we will go ahead and add... What? What are we going to add? Well, we're going to add vector3.up, that's for sure. Okay, come on. We're going to add vector3.up. And it's going to be like... Well, it needs to be, what, 0.5 times 0.01? Let's fire up a calculator here. 0.5 times 0.01. 0.005. So 005. Yes, that is exactly right. Okay. Plus vector3.up times 0.005f. We're going to hard code it for now. Probably won't get around to changing it either. The position we will go ahead and do as well of the waypoint rather than just the origination point. So let's go ahead and run this. And now at this point we should get our visualization arrows working correctly. And then we can track down those rogue game objects and we can get dragging implemented and make sure that those collisions are actually working properly, because currently the colliders are not exactly in the right place. It's kind of interesting. I'm not sure why exactly that's happening, but we can investigate that here in a little bit. So I'm going to skip that tutorial and we'll come on down here. We'll go ahead and purchase ourselves this storefront. And now we will demolish it. And now we will create a route, select our route, and let's put a waypoint to here. Look at that. Now, interestingly, the positions on the line renderer are still on the bottom, which I did not expect to have happen. I expected the positions of the line renderer to move up that same half. Essentially to 1.7601. Well, 1.265. And I mean, this isn't going to change anything, but this is just where I expected it to be. So that we could see, okay, we're visualizing to there. Let's add in a waypoint to here. And then it places it like that, path finds to there. Then a waypoint around to here. Blah, 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 blah. Waypoint maybe to here. It path finds like that. I kind of expected it to pathfind to here, actually. But I think we don't have entry costs properly in. But you can see that the pathfinding is properly working internally. Externally, it's another story entirely. But that is a subject for another episode. I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode we will see if we can track down what's going on with the line renderer, why it's still low like that, what's going on with those extra game objects being spawned, and why exactly it's not exactly working when we're going off of the current biome hex that we're on. See you all next time.